Good afternoon. You heard a lot about change. And Bob Dylan really said that the times are changing. But some of us really, we don't want the change. We like the way our life is today. And in this changing environment, you heard from my colleagues about the mobile, everything is changing. And now you see different platforms. And you see different platforms trying to get #1 position in whatever we are doing in our daily life. Albert Einstein said this, that if an idea is not absurd, there is no hope for it. A few years ago, we all thought that it's absurd that we can do anything with 140 characters. Then suddenly, we started living our life around 140 characters. And you folks also, major companies understood that there is something there, we don't get it, but we should be there in this platform. So what you are doing, you have hashtag for AstraZeneca, so you are tracking what people are telling about you, or you created your own Twitter page. So you are communicating in this new platform with your customers. You are trying to collaborate, you are trying to be transparent to your customers in this platform. The same thing with Novartis. All the major companies, everyone is doing something on Twitter. And not only that, we are trying to generate ideas using 140 characters. But unfortunately, the new CEO of that company doesn't even know what the vision for his company is. But this is still important as a platform, as a change, the way that we started collaborating and communicating. The change is happening everywhere. This library is a library in my hometown in Istanbul. But this library eventually is going to be a museum maybe in the 25 years. Because all the books that people are reading is going to be in an e-reader, in an e-book format, that people are going to change their habit, going to the library, picking the book, but they're going to start reading on their e-reader. Why? Because the next generation, when they see a book, they won't believe that this is just one book. Because when they are looking to all the mobile devices, they would think that, hey, everything is there. The times are really hard. We heard about Ireland, Portugal, Greece, and what we have is a very uncertain economic times. What we are going to do in these uncertain economic times? We need to think about different business models. We need to change the way that we are operating. Now, in the old days, when there was the economic problem, there was a new gold rush in the US. People went to the West Coast. They said there's gold there. And today, there is another gold rush. The gold rush that we are seeing is around applications. And applications, just don't think about just applications. The applications for me, as an information professional, these are solutions. And the gold rush that we have today is there's a gold rush for data, to use the data, to leverage the data. And using this data, how we can create applications. A few years ago, when this book came out, everyone said, okay, the world is flat. I didn't understand what the guy was saying till I read the book. It was important. But today, if you are going to read a book, I would suggest read this book that says that the world is open. What's happening, we saw from Tim's presentation, we started opening our platforms. Reaxis is integrating a third-party content. So the world is really open today. And if you start taking this openness, open platforms beats closed platforms. We as human beings, we like open stuff. When you go to a hairdresser, you want the sign to be open. When you go to Tesco, you want the site to be open. We like open stuff. We are lucky also that with the new administration, the person who is running the whole US government technology, he believes in openness. The US government started this whole transparency and they start putting the data publicly available. Why? Because they believe in the community. They believe in the collaboration. They believe that if we share the data, we are going to build better solutions. And this trend started with US, then it went to UK and to other countries. Now, US government started with only 47 data sets. They made it publicly available because they wanted people contribution and figure out what we have in the data. Help us to figure out, help us solve our problems with the data that is available. Now they have close to 300,000 data sets available to be text mined, to be leveraged by the community. UK government is taking the same trend. Again, Tim Berners-Lee is running the whole initiative in the UK. He's helping this initiative in the UK. And you have the same stuff in New Zealand, in other countries. And not only this on the federal level, but in the state level, city level, people are opening their content. They are opening their content because they believe that once they give this content to the crowd, they are going to bring better solutions. And the point is that because people, the government institutions, platform, they are saying that there's a better expertise in the market. Let's leverage this expertise. And with this openness, you are seeing new companies coming, helping, creating new solutions. They are saying, okay, let's collaborate, let's figure out the problems that we have, let's create a solution using the content, creating an application. And these are new economy that is arising because the government opened the content, the government is becoming more transparency, and you see new vibrant startup companies coming up with ideas. They are saying applications for democracy. It's beautiful. There are different challenges that we are encouraging the developers to create solutions. And what you see beautiful solutions that government couldn't have envisioned to create themselves those solutions. You can track unknown pills, or you can find the county health ranking. These are all solutions that are developed because the content was available, because people, you have a platform where you can collaborate on that platform. Again, you can watch any FDA stuff. This is an application that was built because the content was available. And again, in the US, we have 401k, retirement plans. These are public data. You have a company who use publicly available content to create a subscription-based business so that you can find out which company's 401k is better so you can play with your own 401k. So what you are seeing, once a company is opening its platform, is letting other people collaborate, put on top of their platform, you see companies collaborating with the government, and you see universities collaborating with the government to solve problems. The change that we are experiencing right now is very exciting. Sometimes it's scary, but it's very exciting today to be in information business. Before internet, life was really easy. When you were bored, you were talking to your fish. Now we need to share this so that people can understand that I am bored. Now, when we are looking to the researchers, what researchers are doing, unfortunately right now, they are spending more of their time gathering information. They are spending less time on analyzing the information. And we as publishers, sometimes we are culpable of this. We are creating this because we are writing all these articles are written, but we are hiding the gem within the article. Then we need to use text mining tools to extract the insights from the article. So when we look at what's happening in the web, there are three key trends that we think that is going to shape the future of information. Openness and interoperability, and the example that I gave from the government is not that I am for government or against the government, but there are very valuable stuff that you can take what's happening in the government. The openness example is an excellent example of the from the government, and people, your customers or your employees, they are going to take this openness granted for the future. The second key trend is personalization, and third one is collaboration and trusted views. Let's look at two successful companies. Why these companies are successful? What they did, they opened up their platform. They gave their API to the people to build solutions, to build new creative applications on top of their platform. This is the way how platforms are going to increase their usage, how they are going to disseminate their content. Again, today, when a new researcher is coming or when a new scientist is looking to a platform, they look at, okay, where is the application store of this? That's granted.